He went out and wept bitterly. Matthew 26, verse 75. Dick Shepherd, he used to tell a story about a man who sat drinking in a bar. He had been drinking for a long time, and he had swallowed considerable quantities of liquor. And as he drank, he wept. He wept because he had wasted his life. He wept because he had failed to do his duty to his family. He wept because he had never appreciated his wife properly. He wept because somehow his good intentions always went wrong. But never mind, he told himself. This time would be different. He would redeem the past and make up for everything. All, he resolved, would be well. He felt uplifted and noble at the very thought. His mind glowed with a genial assurance of virtue. But just then the bartender said, "Time, gentlemen, please." And he went home and swore at his wife. The tears of this poor man were quite different from those of Peter. Peter wept because he had denied his Lord, and by the grace of God, he never denied him again. The alcoholic wept because he recognized his depravity, but he lacked the character and motivation to do anything about it. So there are two kinds of tears: those that acknowledge failure and mark the dawn of victory, and those that merely express despair. Paul speaks of these two varieties of tears. For godly sorrow produces repentance, leading to salvation, not to be regretted. But the sorrow of the world produces death. The people of our generation, despite the billions they spend in search of pleasure, seem to be carrying a burden of sorrow. Much of the literature of the day is marked by a spirit of gloom and pessimism. Much of the pleasure-seeking and loose living reflects an effort to escape fear and depression. Psychologists and psychiatrists are besieged with the worry, maladjusted, and frightened patients who face life with panic and whose tears are like the screams of a cornered animal. But one day, God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, if, like Peter, they seek their Lord in sincerity. And as always, think on these things.